Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Um, this is a new project called Magic Over Mayhem. I wasn't gonna launch it today, but I'm bored and pacing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and record this and I'll post it when I can. So this project is gonna be all about understanding occult, and then working on the purer side of things with magic. Something that I'm really thinking about right now, because it's very common conversation amongst the collective, is Taylor Swift and her affinity for the number 13. And I think that it's important when we see things like this to remember about numerology. 13, so everyone was able to like boil numbers down into 13, but 13 itself is a 4. And so when I keep seeing this, I'm thinking about the number 4. And that represents the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, the 4 directions. And so as people who want to do magic to support collective liberation and energy, we can then call on those things within that energetic space and use that to counter demonic entities. So that's what I really want to focus, not Taylor Swift. I want to focus on how we take what they give us, right? These people that we know are not good. There's no ethical way to become a billionaire. There's no ethical way to even become a celebrity. You are at the beck and call of someone else, producers, things like that, right? There's people in the back rooms that we don't see that have the power. So anyway, let's talk about the number 4, and I'll give you a prompt. One of the things that we do in like a lot of practices that I've been in, healing spaces and whatnot, are honoring the 4 directions specifically by like standing. So I'm facing west right now. So you can start with the direction. So honoring the west, I would just stand facing west. And then you can do a prayer or a sun salutation or just a simple acknowledgement. And then now I'm facing north, and I would do it again. And now east, do it again. And then south, do it again, right? So things like that. Let's just start there. But on understanding that entities use numbers a lot in symbology, and we can break down numbers more. I'm a numerologist. It was my first gift that I received back in 2009. That's why I ended up in like a mental institution, because everyone thought that I was crazy because I'm not a math person at all. And all of a sudden I was like balls deep in decoding numerics and stuff, alphanumeric codes. And yeah, so everyone thought I was psychotic, and I was a little bit, but that's why we practice, because we don't want to go all the way to that, right? You just learn as you go and then incorporate practices that feel good for you. In regards to the elements are huge in witchcraft: air, earth, fire, water. So just acknowledging that, when you're using anything that could be that, even when you're cooking on a stove, that's the fire element. When you're burning a candle, that's fire. Incense would be air. Or just taking deep breaths, doing, some intentional breath work could be honoring air. Water, anytime you're washing your hands in the shower, drinking water, you can honor water that way. And earth, grounding, you can just, go sit outside for a minute, get a rock, whatever. So those are the 2 things that we can start with. With this intention, we are countering what we are knowing, those on the darker side, evil side, are using, and we can use that to channel collective good. So yeah, this is Magic Over Mayhem we can talk about cards, we can talk about crystals, we can talk about all things esoteric, energy, stigmatisms, whatever. Everything that you want to talk about, we can talk about here. Drop it in the comments if there's something specific. I strayed away from medical industry and started doing a lot of holistic practices, and a lot of that looked like witchcraft as well. And we have Boo here. Kitty. Hi. Black cat. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that. This is Magic Over Mayhem, and that's just what I wanted to talk about today. All numbers boil down into a different number, and 13, as long as there's a 2-digit, it will boil down into a 1-digit. That's just essentially what numerology is. And then on that, there's also, so numerology for me is addition. So like I add numbers together. That's why I say 1 + 3 = 4, right? But there are negative folks too, and I'm not saying like bad people, but I personally have a friend who's also into numerology but does subtraction. And so in that case, 13 would give us the number 2. So it's just a way to start. I see the number 4, and I want to honor that by calling on those things that have that. So, all right, y'all. Welcome to Magic and Mayhem. And we are getting internet today, so my consistency will be a lot better here on out. So have a good one.